It's not time for us to make a difference for you. We'll move you around, and I'm speaking for many people who didn't stand up. We're moving around, we'll move you around until we think it's a right fit. But hold on to your hats, because we may move you around again. Now, you tell us you don't like it, but we'll make you wait for the answers. When is never going to come. All of these people in this room have asked, what now and when? And no one answers, because in a few days, we'll have the answer. That's very sad. That's a very telling sign of the United States, who says to its citizens, we are not only free, but we are capable. We are not only equal, but we are fair. But in this room, none of those things are happening. All of those things which are possible happen to be impossible right now. Now, I challenge you, because you have come as a spokesperson. I challenge you to answer a few of the questions of the people who stand forward. Think and move out of the box. Break the box open and step out of it. You're not going to lose your job, but your humanness, your individuality will set you apart from the status quo. Answer the questions, because you were a mom. You may be a grandmother. You were a child. When came for you? Answer the questions. Step apart from the status quo. Make a difference. Be different. Don't hold them hostage because you are able to. Because someone on high said you could. Do what you shouldn't. Think. Move forward. Make a change. Stand up for you. I stand up for them. We are who we defend. We are who we protect. And we are who we stand up for.
Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Maria Vera, and I work back there. I see these kids every day. I see these kids with needs. Needs that, first of all, it seems, are we forgetting something? I'm not seeing that they have a voice here. Okay, so we have to be their voice. And it's not fair, because you're forgetting, these kids are maybe your sons, your daughters, your grandchildren. Where is their voice? Where is their needs? Supposedly you think by taking them and sending them to another school it's going to be better for them? No, their roots are right here. If you uplift them from their roots and scatter them to other schools, you're going to damage them. They are going to be stressed out as the parents will be stressed out. They don't understand right now. They just have to do what they have to do because you're forcing them to move to other grounds. Yeah, this is a good school. This is a community unity school. Since I've been here 10 years, I've seen a big difference. I've seen these kids walk down the line with the lunch. I see these kids with needs. To them, a lot of them, this is their second home, where they get the care, where they get the warmth, where they get the food, where they get what they need. And we're going to just uplift them and send them somewhere else? These kids are not a statistic. They're not a number. They are human beings. And we should treat them like so, okay? Because one day, let's not forget, if we take these kids out of the school, out of their education, yeah, and send them somewhere else where it's going to be overpacked and overstaffed, a lot of these kids are not going to make it to high school. They're going to be out in the streets. And like the guy said, yeah, maybe pregnant, maybe in drugs, maybe doing things they shouldn't be doing if we had a solid foundation and stop sending them somewhere else. Okay? These kids, they're not a number. They are human. Just remember that. Thank you very much.
My name is Aida Mendoza. I had two kids that just graduated here like 3 years ago. They now, one is going to Kid Carson, the other one is going to West Campus. They're doing very good over there, thanks to this school. And now I have two more kids that are coming very soon to the school. I have it right closer to my house, but this school is better than you're worried. It's safer for my kids. And then another thing, I know, I'm not gonna mention any names, but I know a couple schools that they have sexual harassment problems. They have bullying problems, and they're still open. Why? I mean, there is no answers to that. This has been a very good school. Teachers have been very good, very helpful to our kids. There is just no sense why they can go all those schools for. If kids are the future of the country. It's not just kids that come to choose the elementary school and then walk away from school to home. There is no ways why they can just close the school for nothing, for no reasons. I mean, for me, that makes no sense. Now, if you guys close all the schools, okay, perfect. What they can do? Long time ago, like let's say 6 years ago, they've been like since 16 to 20 students per classroom. Now they're from 25 to 30. I mean, doesn't make no sense. Why? Because they have less students. I think that's not a right answer. And a lot of people saying, because this is safety school, yeah, that's right, this is safety school. But another thing is how teachers help them. For me, that's very important. If I choose the closest school for me, it's been Illinois. I've been from Progress to that. Closest to that school. There is no ways for me why they're going to close this school if it's doing a great job with kids. They have great scores at the schools where they're going. It's just, for me, it doesn't make sense. I have nothing else to say.
Thank you.
My name's Frank Castillo. I was Bonnheim Bumblebee since back in the day. But anyway, I read in the newspaper that they were going to close the school down. It touched my heart, you know, a lot of years. And since, you know, like someone said, they remodeled it, and the facilities are good. And helped me with my education the years, you know, I graduated. And I just want to see it stay together, you know. Good for the kids and the children. And like, you know, it'd be tough, like Earl Warren, come on, you know, that was our rivalry back then, you know. But, I just want to see it together, and, you know, they'll have my vote. God bless.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ariana Lopez Ellis, and I've been to a lot of schools, and this school is one of the best schools. Even though I've been here since first grade, I learned so much. But if I didn't have my mom and my teachers, I don't know where I would be. This school has really educated me for a very long time. And if this is not going to affect you, it's going to affect all the kids here. So I don't understand why you're going to close the school. I don't want to go to another school until I hit middle school. So I still don't understand why you're doing that. I got so many friends, so many teachers that have been here, and they helped me with my education. And I don't get, this ain't going to affect you. This is going to affect everybody. It's going to affect the kids, some of the teachers, and everything. I can't put the words I really to express what I'm going to say. But this school is one of the great schools. Just because we have less kids here, this is our home. This is our second home. Almost all these kids have been here since preschool. They had brothers and sisters that went here. I had cousins that went here. This is one of the greatest schools that you're closing. I don't want to go to Earl Warren, and I don't think none of the other kids want to go to Earl Warren. All of us, we've been here for a very, very long time. That I don't get it. All my teachers, I can thank them where I am right now. Because if I didn't have my teachers, I don't know, I probably would have been held back if I didn't have my teachers here. Like all the work I get proficient and advanced in language and math. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Eddie Briste. I'm a Sac State student. a recent transfer, so I'm kind of new to the area. But we're Hornets at Sac State, so we're all family, right? I was very inspired by the young lady who spoke. I think we have to understand that what we're doing is not closing schools. We're ripping the foundational principles of students, of young, aspiring Americans, adults, in their formative years. She says that this is her institution, that this is her home, that this is her community. And to rip her away from something like that during these times, to rip all these children away from that during these times could psychologically affect them. So I'm going to offer a challenge to some of the representatives that are here. And some of us may have heard this growing up. Listen, pórtase bien, behave. Grow up, act your age. We have to understand what we're really doing to these kids. And what we really need to do is have the community talk and the representatives do just that. Listen to what they have to say, because they know what's good for their community. We have to grow up and understand that what we're doing is attacking kids. There's no way to put any weight. In other words, we're taking them from a place that they feel safe and secure and putting them somewhere that is foreign. We have to act our age. They should be looking up to us, not us looking up to them. You know, we have to look up to them because you guys are so smart and you guys are so innocent. And keep that, because if the boat goes the way the community doesn't want it to, I don't want any of these kids to grow up to be like that. And let's behave, and let's give the community what they want, and let's think of concise ways to represent our schools, to fund them, rather than to shatter these kids' psyches. Thank you.
Me llamo Ana Figueroa. Y soy miembro del PTA del Concilio Escolar y de Isla.
I am a member of the PTA in Ile.
Estoy muy involucrada en la escuela de mis hijos. Tenemos unos excelentes maestros, una excelente principal y un PTA que está siempre trabajando para mantener las familias unidas.
I am really involved in my child's education. I am a member of the PTA, and we have really good teachers and a really good principal, and we're working.
Estamos trabajando el PTA para estar las familias unidas.
The PTA is working to keep our families united.
Tengo una pregunta primero. No está tan larga la línea. Okay. En todas las escuelas que hicieron esta reunión, en ninguna se presentó las personas que iban a venir, o entendí mal que iban a venir las personas que están en las escuelas.
Out of all the schools that held this meeting, did the superintendent and the members of the board members show up, or did I misunderstand and they were supposed to be here and were not here?
Y otra pregunta. Son pocos días ya para que decidan. Espero que reconsideren y pongan a nuestros hijos primero antes que el dinero.
I hope that the board members reconsider their decision to put their children first before money.
Yo no quiero mandar a mis hijos a una escuela donde he sabido que hay un maestro que ha molestado a unas niñas o niños. Yo no quiero arriesgar a mis hijos. ¿Quién va a ser responsable de eso?
I don't want to send my children to a school that it is common knowledge that there's a teacher that has been sexually harassing children. I don't want to expose my children to that.
Supuestamente lo suspendieron y ahora está trabajando otra vez. Entonces, ¿qué seguridad van a tener nuestros hijos en las escuelas?
Supposedly he was suspended, but he was now reinstated. What safety are we offering to our children?
Nuestros hijos no tienen la culpa de la mala economía. Todos estamos pasando por eso, no solo el distrito.
Our children are not responsible for the bad economy. We are all going through it, not just the district.
Espero que lo reconsideren y que tomen en cuenta que la educación es primero. El dinero es importante, pero la educación de nuestros hijos es primero y ellos son el futuro para este país.
I I hope they reconsider and put children first, because money shouldn't be the first thing. Education is first.
Thank you so much.
One other point that is always put out there in front is you have open enrollment. The problem with that is a lot of people don't have transportation to take their child to another school, even if they wanted to. This goes back years ago to magnet schools. You know who went to magnet schools? Those people that had cars that could. I worked out in Meadowview. Most of those people did not have the means to take them. The other thing with the magnet schools years ago, they enrolled according to test scores. This is not common knowledge, but I know for a fact. Camellia Basic School, they only took kids according to the test scores. There's a parent here tonight that talked about her child with ADD, attention deficit disorder, and she didn't mention hyperactivity, but that's probably in the mix also. Will these schools that you're looking at in terms of open enrollment and charter schools, will they take the children with special needs? Do they take the behavior problems? Do they take the non-readers? Do they take the non-English speakers? That's something that you don't know, especially transportation. People don't have the means to do that even when they want to.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cameron Gentz. I'm a former student here at Bonnheim. I'm a former student here at Bonnheim. This school is amazing, and the point that you guys are going to shut down the school is cool. I went here through kindergarten through 6th grade, and these teachers are amazing. They help all these students, and I can't say it really, but you know how they said this is people's second home? This really was my second home and everybody else's. The school changed people's lives, and you guys need to change. Something that Warren is not help. It'll just make them distracted and won't help at all. So this here, because the school was their second home. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
After hearing everybody talk, a couple things came to mind. I did come from another school, and it's February, and this is my children's first year at Bonnheim. You guys may not realize this, but my son is just barely adjusting to a new school. How long have we been in school? And I'm not fighting with him anymore. Come on, let's go to your new school. Let's go. You'll make new friends. It's been months. What kind of support are you going to have for those families when we have to change them and send them to another school? Are you going to send counselors to help those parents who have to fight with their children every day to get to school and get to that new school because they don't like their teachers, they don't like the principals, they don't like the administration? Are you going to have counselors for the families who have to beg their children to get up because they don't like their new school? And I have a hard time believing that your surveyors who came out to assess the schools didn't assess the schools without an agenda. They knew exactly that your objective was that we needed to close schools. Which ones are we going to close? That's your job. If his job wasn't to decide if that was going to be okay for the schools, if it was going to be okay for the community, that wasn't his objective. His objective was to do what you guys had already decided that you needed to close schools and which ones they were going to be. Where's the surveyor for the people that represent the community that survey the schools to decide if it's going to be a healthy impact for those children? That's what I would like to know. Who surveyed the community? Who went out to the families and asked how they were going to be impacted? Because 2 days before your vote is a joke for you to survey the community.
Thank you very much.
And did some cook dinner, of course, and then did I went on the internet, and the 11 schools that they're closing is going to be in our low-income area. Another thing is that, you know, children, when they function, they have to have you know, something going on all the time. Losing my words. You know, they can't have any break in their life because, you know, coming home smelling food every day makes, you know, a family, a home. And when you take them out of school, of the school that they've been in for a long time, that sets them in a whirlwind. You know, they don't know what to do anymore, who to go see, who their friend is, because things are black and white with them. You know, there's no gray area. It's a travesty, you know, because I heard the president in his State of the Union talking about the brightest minds being our children, and this is where the first seed is set for children. You know, their major seed. And it's too bad. It seems like the district hasn't made up mind. They say February 21st, but I'm really apt to believe, you know, looking back in the past, that they've made up their mind, but I think they're stroking us now, you know, just because we don't want these schools closed. It's obvious. It's too bad that you guys would do it on the back of our children, you know. They're helpless without us as parents. I just moved here. I just found out I had a granddaughter going to school here. And this community has made me part of the community that fast, you know, because when my dogs were off, they knew me, so they found me because I'm the lady that hands out popsicles. So anyway, it's too bad and it's sad that these intelligent people in the district can do this on the back of children. You know, find something else, not these kids. You know, these children have to have an education and walking to school and all this transition and all that other stuff. You know, the parents are going to have to feed it to them, and they're going to have to keep feeding it to them, like rote training, but then to understand what's happening. Don't take these schools from these kids. You know, just like the gentleman spoke on his statistics, he sounded like he knew what he was talking about. You know, and we want these schools, no doubt about it. So they say they want to hear from us. Now, it's resounding that we want the schools. So on the 21st, when you make that decision, the decision is don't close the schools.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Janet Ramirez. I'm sorry, my English is so good, but I'm gonna try. I'm a mom for 5 children. All my children was here in this school. Then we are sad when we hear about it. And we can say the government or the district, they are thinking in them. They are thinking in save money for them. They're not thinking in our families. They're not thinking in all these mothers they can drive. We need to spend more money to pay somebody else to take my children to the school. We need to pay more money to pay gas for the gasoline. Then what happened with that people, with the mothers, they don't have car. How we can do it? Then it's more. It will be expensive for the families, and the district is not thinking about the safety child, because now they're gonna walk more distance from here to Airport. And what happened is something happened in that distance. Many times around here something happened, and our neighbor is alert to that. Then we are agree if they want to close the school. But right now we are so happy with our school, with all the service that the school is giving to us, to our children too. Then we are agree if they want to close a school, that they are giving more money to our school. Then we would like they bring another school to our school. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm back again. I forgot to mention when I said we were a melting pot of diversity as far as students and ethnics. We also house special students here as well that are brought into our school, and we make a commitment to them as well. We have 13 students who are autistic, classified as SH. We have 15 who are LH in the program, students here. And then we also have 31 children that are bused in here from Children's St. John shelter. So you're not only going to hurt the students or the youngsters from this neighborhood, but for those also who come forward. We also offer speech classes for those who need speech, talking right or whatever disability they have. We also offer learning English classes for those who don't speak English very well, so that they can move forward in life. Okay? Also, I also mentioned when the school was built. Back when it was built, it was currently to house 450 students. It was a good school then with 450 students. And I can't see why it can't be a good school with 418 right now. Like I said before, the only thing that we're overspending on is our electricity bill. Save the money, buy us electricity bill, equipment to heat and cool our classes. We'll underspend error warrant. We won't spend all the money for portables over there. We'll diminish all the accusations of what's going on over there. We'll eliminate the safety issues which do exist. We'll keep our good teachers, keep our good principal, keep our good community, and we'll keep our good students, and we'll move forward with our scores and become one of the top schools. Just don't break us up too fast. Stop with this. That's all I ask.
I come back again to say, for the final of my speaking on what's happening now, not just here, but all over this entire district. And the word for that right now, for each and every one of you, you may not like it, but you will understand it. They are stroking you, leading you on to have you put all this information up on the board, like in the next 2 days, if they're really going to take that in. But I'm going to be honest with you. You must protest. You must protest to your limited vision in any forms or matter in any way. But you all, everybody in here, including the students, throughout the whole entire school district that is going through this, you must stand today, tonight, tomorrow, and from there. Because at the end of the day, you're the taxpayers. The government don't run us, we run the government. And it's the same way in your communities. As I said before, look around you. There's no houses being foreclosed around here. There's children living in those houses. Immigration reform is about to start. You heard it from the President of the United States. They haven't given any of these things a chance to develop or take place because they know that a change is going to come. These numbers are going to get better because I work with immigration reform, with different groups, union, non-union, teachers, community organizers, faith-based organizers. And they're watching you. But I come out to fight for you and fight with you to tell you to stand. Don't take this answer that they're going to give you as their answer because you're the answer. That means come here and occupy. If you really want this school, stay right here and occupy. Occupy it with the students. Bring them to school like they normally go every day after this decision if it's not the right decision that you want. You determine what the win is in this situation, not them. They're only lawmakers and board members. But you are the community. And that's what I'm asking from you. That's why I came this far. Because I'm passionate about education, I'm passionate about kids, and I'm passionate about the struggle that's going on right now. Where you are all caught in the midst of the storm and they want to make a decision in the middle of the storm while you are out there in the storm. They're not making that decision over in the Thomas. Right. They're making it on this side of town. Well, this side of town must rise. Rise to this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Natalia Grasheva. I apologize if my English is not so good, but I try to do my best. I have 4 kids, and 2 of them already finished the class at Bonnheim with perfect score. So I cannot say that the school gives bad education because all teachers cares about kids in this school. And this school became part of our family we just cannot imagine that it's gonna be closed because we have warm memory here and a lot of friends here. I think this is not a good decision because it shows that you cannot manage so big property that people trust you to manage, because it seems to me like you have a house and different son and daughter, and one day son came to you and says that the ceiling is leaking in my room, and you tell, okay, I take your furniture, take your stuff and go to your sister's room. We close this room because we have no money to fix the ceiling, but we're remodeling our living room because we can spend time there together. It doesn't make sense for me. It seems to us like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank the board members that did come tonight. It's very disappointing the ones that are opposed did not show up tonight, and here we have 2 days before the vote. One thing we forgot to say is that a new board member was not elected, but appointed in December. The election would have cost too much money, so they appointed him conveniently, and then all of a sudden, a month later, we have this vote to close 11 schools. Timing is everything. Also notice the plan. We're critical thinkers here. We do a lot of research. There is no research or critical thinking done. Obviously, the plan was done by people that have nothing to do with education. Oh, larger schools will have more collaboration and feel safer. Are you kidding? We won't even know who anybody is. We will not know them. Oh, who are you? Oh, are you on campus? Okay. How is Earl Warren going to accommodate us? They don't want us any more than we want to go there. And when did Peter Burnett join the party? We thought we were going to Earl Warren. All of a sudden, we have a chance to go to Peter Burnett? Wow. I don't understand this at all. There's been some very bad decisions here. We've never been under 400 kids ever here. And that little survey, we are one of the most even-keeled graphs around. You see other ones up, down, including some schools that are not even going to be closed. And they're not even closed, but I guess they're in different areas. You can see by tonight's turnout, I'm sure with every board, every community meeting, you hear the same things. Passionate pleas by parents, kids almost in tears, teachers in tears. You paralyzed us for a month now. Maybe it was better you didn't do it for 7 months. That might just send us to the grave. But you know what? The thing is, it has to be an exhaustive process. You cannot hoodwink people and get it done quickly and say, this is what we're going to do. It's not fair to the board. I feel sorry for the board trying to make this decision. I don't know if they're being forced to or what. I really don't know. And if they are, I'm very sorry that that's happened. But we need to, you're here to put children first. Once again, please do that. Listen to these people. Postpone your, I know you've already decided we're going to close the schools. Postpone it. Say, okay, maybe we need to think about this. Gee, maybe there's more schools besides Tahoe that have little incidents that we need to worry about. Okay, so thank you.
Today I'm here because every different school I went didn't teach me nothing. And today I'm here to stand up to this school because this school teaches me everything I know now. I want to thank my teachers and my mom to bring me at this school and people who helped me too. But this school is the only thing who's helping me right now and right here.
My name is Elizabeth Avalos. We just moved to this neighborhood a couple years ago. We coming from the Thomas area where also there has been closed some schools. It was very depressing time. When my son, he was in a school in Thomas where they got a very beautiful school. But guess what? There were no good education out there. So when I moved to this neighborhood, I actually realized that this school provides very good assistance with my son, who actually has some ADHD as well. And the teachers make a difference. So that means it's not a building, it's the people who work in this building who make a difference. So it is not the school, we concerned about the budget, but this is like you show us today is just graphics. It does mean nothing to us because we actually are the taxpayers who pay these schools, who give the salaries to the board. If we only see graphics and numbers, that mean nothing. We know based on the newspaper and resources, we look at the internet, and we saw there is the budget has been overspending by the board and administration and high salaries and the high positions in the top. But the budget on the school is just, you say there is overspending. This is not true. We know the money is you get to the top positions. I don't know, the top positions and they have salaries because that's where the money is going. It's not here. Now, when the board take the decision to close the school, because if we know it, that the school will be closed and before we voting for the Proposition 3, for sure, we're not going to vote for Proposition 3 because that's the way we get it back. That's what we vote in favor because we've got the money, we've got to have so much money for our schools. And what has happened? We get it back now, closing 11 schools. For sure, nobody else in this room or the other half of California voters will be voting for that proposition. Okay? So, cut it off that high propositions. Thank you.
Student here, these teachers, they actually know how to teach. I met all of them. And like, why don't you guys bring one over here? Because like, if they go over there, they're not going to learn that much like they learn here. I have two brothers that go here, and they learned a lot in this school.